I'm holding a very new and exciting RC plane. This is the brand new Habu 50mm, the Habu SS. We have a plane by E-Flite that comes in right under $200. That's the plug and play version, but even bind and fly is still very affordable. That's pretty exciting because things are getting so expensive. It's nice to see an affordable airplane out here, and this is very cool. It is a 3S EDF Jet. As I said, 50mm, so everyone loves the larger, more powerful Habus, and now we have a smaller version that can join the team. I do love the color choice, by the way. It looks really good, and this is a good size that a lot of people can get behind. This will fit in anybody's car, even a little tiny Prius.
Honda Civic.
I'd say a Prius is even smaller,
Smart
right?
car.
Smart car in the trunk or even in the back seat. It's a nice convenience for everybody when you don't have to take the main wing off. The landing gear on this jet is optional, and I really love it. In today's maiden flight, we're gonna try this with the landing gear attached. We'll do a ground takeoff and landing. There's nothing to get in the way of being able to do this in grass, but if you wanna do hand launching and grass landing, they actually have these nice little hand mold here that you can get a good grip on that fuselage. I can hold it upside down really well and really chuck that. So we'll try that in maybe a future video or something. It's recommended to fly on a 3S 1300 milliamp battery, but we're actually gonna fly on a 2200 milliamp battery because I think that's where the performance is gonna be on this jet. We're gonna get a nice long flight time too. I've bound it to my NX6 radio. All this stuff will be linked in the description box below. The nose is steerable, which is a nice added bonus. This thing went together in probably 10 minutes. It was very fast. We've got 4 bolts that hold the main wing on. Not that you would ever really need to take those off. Last but not least, before we take off, this plane, if you get the bind and fly version, comes equipped with telemetry right back to your radio. So even on a more budget option, I love the fact that we're gonna know where our battery is while we're flying, and that's good for beginners, pros, or anyone in between. Let's fly. Well, we've got a steerable front nose wheel, so let's see how it steers. We'll take off from right to left because I want you guys to see this awesome looking sunset. Really cool. Yeah, steers really well. Bouncy too. You ready for takeoff, Abby?
Yeah.
We're just gonna roll right into it. Here we go. Should be a very nice, stable little jet. Just shooting for a smooth takeoff there. We've got safe on because it has safe. Why not? It's a very good budget airplane. Abby, let's get right into that sunset. I just want people to see that. Isn't that beautiful? All those rays coming through those clouds. See
okay,
that?
they want to see the jet, and it's really hard to see it over there.
Okay, let's go. Full throttle pass. Here we go, right down the runway. It was almost full throttle. I saw you struggling for a second, so let's pull it back around this way. It's super stable right out of the box. Very, very easy plane to fly without needing any kind of trim. Here's the full throttle again, full throttle. It's nice. It's actually a bit faster and a bit quieter than I was expecting. That's full bank with safe on. Full bank. Throttle up a hair. It's very aggressive too if you want it to be, even in safe. There's hands free, haven't had to trim anything. It's got a little left bank to it, but it's flying really good. Let's see how slow we can get it to fly down the runway, and then I'm definitely gonna be turning safe off here in just a second, but I wanna go 0 throttle and just get a feel for its stall tendencies. And oh, a little bounce.
Did you mean to do that?
No, not really. I was thinking touch and go, and it definitely wanted to bounce. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I meant a touch and go.
Let's go safe off. Roll rate's nice. Let's go in for a loop. This is basically a 4-channel airplane with safe. And it flies great. It's just a good little airplane. This is really nice. Good addition to the Habu family. Abby, are you finding some little bugs too right now?
Sorry about that jerk.
No, me too. Here, roll, full roll rate. Let's go for a double. It's fun. This is just a nice, fun little Habu.
Well, now all we need is a UMX Habu.
Yeah. Boy, when they like something, they really like something, don't they? You know what? Guys, E-Flite, anybody out there listening, please, let's go some like insane colors, like green and orange, you know? Blow some minds. It does look good. I like that orange, but you know, the white and the gray. I'd like to see E-Flite really liven things up and just shake everybody's world and do something pink, green, and purple. I mean, just go nuts.
Or like flames or something.
Flames. Oh yeah. This is pretty close to flames. This is a very, very fun jet though. Let's go in for a nice controlled loop if we can.
Although I always like it when they do a nice checkered pattern on the bottom of the wing.
Pattern is
it's
nice.
always
Okay,
nice.
let's zero throttle this. Rudder over if we can. We'll get it better on the next attempt. I feel very confident while flying this. I feel like I can be a little bit goofy. I'm not having to worry about like, you know, problems flying or anything. There's a little rudder maneuver. That's nice.
How do you think this compares? I can't remember the letters right now. The first Habu that's really, really, really aimed at beginners. How does this one compare to that?
Yeah, that was a 4S jet. Am I right in saying that? Was it 4S? Was that what they wanted you to do? And then you could step up to 6S or?
That was the last one, was
Okay.
4S success.
This is just a smaller version of that. Yeah, it's very nice.
Is
I'm
it
flying
stable?
inverted. Super stable, yes.
Okay.
Well, especially with safe.
Because you always say the smaller the plane.
This one is, okay, yeah. Great point, Abby, yeah. A lot of people, some people actually, smaller plane, you might ask, does it fly like a big plane? And a lot of times I say no. I even said that about the UMX Timber X. It doesn't fly very big, it flies small. This is flying big. Notice how I'm just cruising around inverted. Now that's a lot of up elevator with flying so slow, but it was really fun to fly inverted. This one flies big. It flies just like its bigger brothers. Haven't even trimmed this one up yet. I really should because it's rolling left a good bit and I need some climb in there. Remember too, we have telemetry, so I'm not too worried about my battery. I'm just flying and having fun. It's gonna tell me when my battery's low and it's time to land. Still need some more up trim. Very, very fun, sporty little thing to fly. Look out, bird. You pick the speed up and that roll rate really increases. Let's do a full throttle pass down the runway, safe off. Oh yeah, we can do knife edge on this. Ooh, let's try that. Get out of the sun though.
So it's 4 channels?
Yeah, I'm gonna get in my comfortable way of doing a knife edge.
No flaps.
No flaps,
Okay,
no
4
retracts. Yeah, getting the price down a little bit on it. So let's see if we can knife edge it. Oh, very nice. That's full rudder. Woo.
Oh, I lost
Fell
you.
out of it for
Sorry.
a second too. You know what? We got a silhouette over there. It's definitely hard to see. It's holding a knife edge okay for such a small rudder. I'm pretty impressed by that. It's not gonna, I don't think we could cruise around with a knife edge. There's full rudder. We're definitely dropping. We're sinking out of it, but there's some rudder authority there. Just not enough to knife edge and hold it. There, see? Got it.
Do you
It's full.
think this could be classified as like a park flyer because it is smaller?
A little too fast, I think, to be
A little
a park
too fast?
flyer, yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
If we had the ability to slow it down, maybe.
Jeez
Here, we're gonna try to
Louise.
snap it. I don't know how it's gonna do, but I'm excited
Does
to find
it
out.
snap?
Does it snap? Yo, it snaps great.
I always feel like that's a game show on our channel.
Does
Will it snap?
Will it snap? That's really nice. Look at that. Really, really nice.
Oh my
Ooh, I
goodness,
like
that was crazy.
A lot. Yeah, this is fun. I'm starting to wake it up a little bit more now. Remember guys, this is a maiden flight, so you know, I'm going to learn a little bit more of its flight tendencies.
I got you
as
almost
we-
at 6 minutes.
Yeah, and I'm just, a lot of this flight has been well over half throttle. I'm not just cruising around. But remember, as much fun as I'm having doing all these maneuvers, I can just pick safe on. They're safe, I'm not touching anything. And we're just flying around like a little trainer airplane. I mean, you can fly this at about 50% throttle. Here we are, hands free. Have a little bit of a drop and a little bit, it just needs a little trim. But for a maiden flight, I haven't touched anything in safe as far as trim goes. You can work that rudder into the turn. This would be a great airplane to learn how to bank and yank with rudder. It needs it a little bit. See how the nose is up some? With rudder, we can get that nose to work right into the turns and smoothen it up. See if I can show you guys. Just bank and yank, the nose is up a hair. Use the rudder and we can get that nose down, and that's how airplanes want to fly. And they look a little better doing it. So bank and yank, nose is up, work in the rudder, level it out. This would be a really good plane for a person to get comfortable doing that. It took me a long time to finally realize, you know what? Not all planes can fly really well, just bank and yank. This one does fine, but as I said, you could really, really practice a lot on that. Let's go safe off though and just have some more fun. Let's do a cube.
You're at 7 minutes too.
Pretty good flight time.
Yeah.
So remember, they're recommending a 1300 milliamp battery. I think those are like back ordered now, so I threw the 2200 milliamp in. We're definitely not nose heavy. Maybe that's because of that extra weight up there, which it still falls in line with what they recommend. That's why these look so good. If they had a lighter
The
battery
nose
in
weight.
there, it probably wouldn't snap quite as good. We definitely wouldn't get as long of a flight time. use that rudder on that sharp turn, and we can really hold that for a long time. Climbing, actually. Nice little cyclone here. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, I'm actually hearing my ESC pulsate, and it might be getting a bit low or even overheating. I'm gonna check where my voltage is and come in for a landing because I lowered my voltage from the default in the radio. Let's see if I can smoothen this up some. That was an awful touch and go earlier, so let's see, how smooth can I get this?
You're coming in fast.
Yeah, a little fast.
Oh my gosh, I did not film it very well.
No,
sorry guys.
Silky smooth. I mean, back wheels touched down and then the nose hit a half second later.
Sorry.
That's okay, we'll see where my voltage is. I definitely heard the motor pulsing, so I don't know if it's a heat issue or if it's
probably your telemetry.
Battery,
you tend to set it lower.
I put the telemetry a little too low probably. I set it at 3.2 volts, it defaulted at 3.4. Where are we at? I'm currently sitting at 3.43 volts per cell.
There you go.
So yeah, definitely got a little low. Very quick little lesson here. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, or maybe you are, and you just want reassurance that you're doing it right or whatever, when I got this and I bound it up, it came in at 3.4 volts per cell by default on my radio. That was just a bind and fly. I didn't download it or anything like that, although I could. So you scroll over, I think it's all the way, and then you go left, like 4 rolls I think, and you should see this little page. It looks like the battery on the right and then voltage per cell, and I'm sitting at 3.45 volts per cell. That's a little low. I think it should be on 3.4 volts per cell. That's where it defaults to, but in case you're unfamiliar and you want to know how to do that on another plane, you press your menu scrolling button. We're going to scroll down to telemetry. Doesn't matter if you can see this or not, just know what I'm saying. Scroll down again to number 5, it should say Smart ESC, and you press enter on that. Twice actually, twice. When you do, I like to change the alarm on the right side to vibrate instead of tone, so then it's not annoying for the video. That's the only reason I do that. And I lowered this to 3.2 volts per cell. What I'm doing is just selecting it and rolling it back up to 3.4 volts per cell because I don't want to hurt my batteries, and this plane seems, and then I just hit back to get back to the main menu, and there's an alarm telling me it's low. Now if I was flying, it would have actually vibrated, so that's good, it's working. What a very cool little jet. I had a lot more fun flying this than I was expecting, just to be very honest with you. You know, I'm a little bit spoiled these days with some bigger, cooler, awesome things in my own personal collection, and then I'm also, I've been spoiled with some really, really cool hands-on experiences, like a 50% airplane and a $20,000 jet that a really nice person let me fly of theirs. So when you think a $200 jet, a $20,000 jet, can you even enjoy something like this? The answer is yes. Okay, everybody can find enjoyment in something like this. What a home run of an airplane. This is going to be a lot of fun for a lot of years for a lot of people for about a couple $100. And now remember, if this is your first airplane, please don't take that the wrong way. It's not like a console. You buy a console and you need a ton of video games for that console. RC is you buy your radio, which is kind of like your console, and then each plane is your video game, so to speak. You know, when you're buying your very first video game, you got to buy the expensive console to go with it. So if this is your very first RC plane ever, I don't recommend this to be your very first plane ever. There's some better options out there.
There's a better Habu.
There's a better Habu for beginners. I think this is a great second or third or 100th airplane. Probably not your very first, just because the Aero Scout exists, the beginner Habu, and we'll link both of those beginner options down in the description box below, where this is too. And this was a successful maiden, a lot of fun, and just because everything came back in one piece doesn't mean I'm not glad that I have AMA while I'm flying. I love that I have AMA while I'm flying. It kind of like increases my confidence just a little bit to know that I can just fly with more confidence. I'm insured in case something does happen. I strongly recommend anybody that flies RC planes, helicopters, drones, or even if you're just driving RC ground vehicles as fast as they are these days, electric, you really should have AMA insurance. It's just an extra blanket of security while you're out enjoying the hobby. We'll have AMA, the Academy of Model Aeronautics, linked in the description box below where you can learn more. This was a lot of fun, guys. I'm really looking forward to flying this again, and I'm thinking the next flight we'll take off that landing gear and see how it does as a hand launch belly landing airplane, because not everyone has access to either pavement or short grass to enjoy an airplane with wheels. And for today, and getting in front of the camera and having the ability to share this experience with you guys and just life in general, I want to thank God. Also, a massive thanks to our Patreon supporters, because we couldn't do what we do as often as we do it without your amazing support. If you'd like to consider joining the team, this would be a great time to do it. We really would appreciate that support, our family especially. We'll have another great RC plane video popping up right about now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you there.
Bye!